All right, you want to dive in?
Yeah, let's dive in. So we've got Allan Porter here. He's the founder of Porter Media. They're a 7-figure business pumping 1 to 2 million a month in
Ad spend.
ad spend a month.
Yeah.
That's a month.
That's crazy.
I'll repeat it again. A month.
That's nuts, dude.
That's more than you made in your entire life.
Yo, that's Hayden might have to cut that out. But yo, we're good friends, and I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I was thinking about what can we chat about on the podcast, and I was like, all right,
I'm gonna throw
I
this
have this like shittier pitch than that. But I was like, well, how much do we manage a month? Like, so I just looked at last month; it was 800K. Then I looked at November is about 1.5. So I'm like, okay, we're probably
That's a big jump in 1 month.
November is always the biggest month. Like it's chaos. It's
People going
Black
out
Friday,
before
Cyber
Christmas.
Monday. It's the biggest time of year. So I was like, what am I going to talk about on this podcast? I was like, how much money do we spend? do we manage? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Through our portfolio last year, we did we didn't have a hand in all of it, but our clients did up to 50 million last year
in sales.
in sales.
Through,
Yeah,
like-
sorry, that's just direct to consumer. That's not wholesale. That's not retail. That's just like what I see on
Wow.
Shopify.
Okay.
Yeah, which is crazy, which is nuts.
50 mil.
50 mil.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
It's insane, man.
So what is Porter Media? Like, what do you guys do?
Yeah, what exactly?
We were just
What
talking about
is
this.
Porter
Yeah,
Media?
yeah. We were just talking
Besides
about this.
all
yeah.
the funnels.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Well, if we were recording, we can just.
No,
keep
no,
it
no.
there.
It's
we definitely need a more descriptive
Okay.
explanation.
Okay. So to be honest, we're a performance marketing agency, meaning that for every dollar you give us, our goal is to get you $2, $3, $4 back.
Okay.
That's like the
most basic way to break
the
it
most
down.
basic way. Yeah. In reality, what we do, it's called paid acquisition. So paid ads on social media,
Yeah.
and then paid ads on Google. So search, YouTube, shopping.
Yeah.
On the back end, it's called retention. So email and SMS. Our goal is to acquire customers and retain them and try to extract more value out of them and add more value to their lives by getting repeat purchases. So it's definitely sounds like gibberish, but the idea here
Yeah.
is overall, you give us $1, we try to get you $3, $4 back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's our ultimate goal.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. We primarily work with e-commerce brands. We do have some service-based businesses that we work with as well, real estate, mortgages.
Yeah.
But yeah, e-commerce is like,
And you're doing some stuff with
Insane.
restaurants now too, right?
yeah, that
You don't have to go too into it because I know you're not. But like,
yeah, that's okay. No, that was just by chance. Just during the pandemic, we worked with a franchise, and some of their vendors, some of their individual franchise locations were struggling. So we started running ads for them on Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. Took us about 3-4 months to figure out, but some of these businesses are doing like $8K a week on Uber Eats alone,
Wow.
spending $1,000, spending $2,000. It's the most we've done on Uber Eats. We did 13K a week, spending $2K. Okay, I don't even know what
What?
that multiple is, 6x maybe, or a little bit more. Okay, it's 13K a week.
that's
That
insane,
alone
dude.
is a $500,000 business on Uber Eats. Yeah, you could take out all the fees and all that stuff, like, but
Yeah, but still, it can't be that much. Like,
well,
in
you
the
just
grand
charge.
scheme
You
of
just
things,
charge
right?
if it's $10 in store, you make it $13 online, and you're still paying for it. You know what I mean? Like I would still buy a coffee that's
Dude,
$7.
I do it every day. When I get
Yeah.
to the office, I look at it and I'm like, I
Yeah.
know this is like $6
I
cheaper,
know,
but
I
I'm
know.
so hungry, I just don't care.
and don't have time
Click.
too.
Yeah.
It's like I got shit to do. You know what I mean?
Time's money, yeah.
Yeah.
You brought those guys back to life.
It was honestly insane. So I was telling Justin, I was like, you know what? I don't really want to do this as a service. I'd rather just make it a product and people can buy it, sell it to restaurants, so they can learn. Like they don't
Just
need to pay
in-house
me.
guy, you know.
Yeah, they don't.
part-time.
It takes me less than 7 minutes. Not once it's like up and running. It takes me less than 7 minutes a day to just go in and adjust a few things. But like
Yeah.
it's just getting started. That's the most challenging part.
Yeah, and you're doing it all through like Loom and Kajabi, stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's gonna be sick. I'm excited.
Have you started it yet? Like, have you started doing it? Listen, we said we were going to do our thing, and I told you when
Yeah.
we went for dinner
Yeah.
last time, and I was
Yeah.
like, we just haven't gotten around to it.
I have it mapped out. Like I have the course mapped out.
So do
I
we.
even have the landing page designed. It's not implemented yet. It's designed. I just got to sit down and do it.
That's the biggest thing, though, because you get tracked day to day, right? Like, even for us, we're like, okay, Friday
I
from
know.
12 to 3, we're going to just film this. Because for us, it's beneficial for our agents, right?
Yep.
Or even
Yep.
the lead gen guys we hire. And
Yep.
whoever.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, let's just do it. And then it's like something comes up. It's like, well, you have to work on this deal. Or
Yep.
Jack has a screaming baby. And fucking
You know what though? So there's a couple of things I know we want to discuss a few topics here, but AI. Okay, so ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I'm about to blow your mind here. Okay, so in reality, okay,
I'm ready to be
go
blown.
in reality, the service you provide is your real estate agent, commercial real estate agent. Okay,
Yeah.
for your team, you're really just you're a trainer. You're almost like a training company. Your
Yeah.
goal is to replicate the standard that you would do something, and give that to them so they can replicate obviously what you would do in that particular situation. Okay, so I don't know what your training looks like. I don't know what your like systems look like or your processes look like. What we've done, okay, is if there's a question asked, we use Slack a lot. If there's a question asked in Slack, I have an assistant who helps me. I create a loom. The loom I send to her. She transcribes it. Okay, so she puts it into text, puts it into ChatGPT with a prompt of take this loom or take this text and put it into a step-by-step process. It breaks it down, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. We put it into our SOP. We use a software called Trainual,
Yep.
where you can put the steps, put the description of each step as well, put it in there. She packages it up. I send it to the team. They have to finish it. I can watch what % they've watched it to, how many steps they've done.
No
They're
way.
they're taking the exact. So it takes me 5 minutes to do. Takes her maybe 5 to 10 minutes to transcribe it, put it into ChatGPT, put it in step-by-step process, add a little description about each, and then sends it to my team, and I can watch how far they've gone along.
Okay, wait.
That's an insane
Hold the fuck
process.
on for a
It's,
second.
it's
Hang the fuck
insane.
on.
So it's like accelerated. Like when I think about SOPs and systems and process, I'm like, oh my god, like nothing I want to do. I can create a loom though very easily because I'm already doing the task.
When you
as
say
is.
loom, you're just like someone asks a question, you film it.
So yeah, you asked me a question. Hey, Alan, how do you?
How do I create a landing page?
How do I create a landing page? Okay, great. So what I'll do is I'll record my screen. I'll do exactly what I'll do the whole process, even if it takes a long time.
Yeah.
Send it to my assistant. She transcribes it. Loom now has a like a transcription.
So if you said like,
button.
okay, open this, do this, do that, it'll
Yep.
just transcribe the whole
Exactly.
video. So you have to talk during
I have
it,
to
right?
talk to it.
Okay.
So that's the one thing. It's like, okay, step 1, I'm doing this. Step 2, I'm doing this. Step 3, I'm doing this. Step 4, I'm doing this. You know what I mean? And then that way, ChatGPT, or the transcript, sorry, can pick up on like the steps that I'm doing, transcribes it, and then she just takes step 1. Okay, great. Here's the headline. Here's a description of it. Step 2. Okay, great. Here's the headline. Here's a description of it. Put it
That's
into our
insane.
software that we use, and they just go through the training. Yeah, so they're just replicating exactly what I would do. So
And you use Trainual, you said?
it's called Trainual. Yeah, so
And
train.
but it
you-
tracks?
It tracks. So it tracks like the certain steps you take. You can put a test at the end if you really want to. Like it's this
Holy shit.
ChatGPT is like totally changed the game.
And it's only gonna get way more
Yep.
smart.
Yep.
And
Well-
so you could essentially upload a video to ChatGPT and get it to
No, transcripts, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
His
Oh,
assistant's
that's
like
what
putting
it
it into a Word doc or something and then copy
exactly.
paste.
So
Okay.
if you create a loom, essentially a video of yourself, and you send it to them, you'll see one option like it's like
transcript it or
it's
like-
transcript. Yeah, it does it automatically for
okay,
you.
Okay.
You
Like
just-
recap it or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. You copy it, you put it into ChatGPT, and you just give it the prompt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You take this text and put it to a step-by-step process. It'll do its thing, and then okay, great. The second prompt is add a short description about each step, and then it'll do it again. Step 1, and then add a short description. Step 2, add a short description. Step 3, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
It's nuts, dude. Now there's a little bit of like QAing, like you have to make sure go through it, make sure every step makes sense.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
of
what I mean?
course.
But like the amount of time it's saved is sickening. It's like I'm just a machine. Like
You
it's
can
a
create a manual real quick. now.
real, just like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
that's
like
kind of
that.
what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Like when I train one of the agents or
Yep.
Jeff is on a call or whatever,
Uh-huh.
or Jack and I are on a call, we'll either record it or film the Zoom or something.
Yep.
And then I just upload it into our training drive.
Yep.
But what we're kind of noticing with that is people will call me or they'll come to my office the next day and be
Yep.
like, hey, what did you mean here? I'm like, fuck, you should ask questions during the Zoom.
So check out Trainual. Okay.
Okay.
You can see how far they add everyone to it. You can see how far they've made it through the training. You can add a quiz at the end. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just like take the step by step. Make a test. I just put the ChatGPT. Make a test out of this process. You know what I
That
mean?
blows
Boom.
my mind,
And it
dude.
does it for you. Why do I have to think? There's no
That's
reason.
nuts.
It's nuts.
That's nuts.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like
Yo, so like let's expand on that. How do you
Okay.
think ChatGPT is going to change, like, for example, even your business? Like I
Yeah.
guess it's kind of ingrained, right? Like you do a lot of internet stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But for us, other than like, hey, show me how to run a cap rate calculation or something like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
There's a couple things. One, your assistants. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a assistant of some sort. You hire locally. You probably pay $20-$30 an hour, whatever it is. Okay.
Fuck, I don't know. Probably more than that.
Our
Well,
assistant?
or $15, whatever it may be.
Executive, no, way more.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever it may,
Yeah.
whatever it may be. You know what I mean? Now it's like, okay, what are some tasks that are repetitive that don't need to be client facing and just via text, just via email? I would hire someone offshore. I would hire a VA in the Philippines. Great English, you know what I mean? They understand exactly. Are you Filipino?
Yeah.
Great English, and I'd be like, hey, you know what? Every time you get an email, respond to it, put it into ChatGPT, copy it into ChatGPT, with the prompt of respond to this in a professional but casual manner. You know what I mean?
See, that's one of the biggest things about ChatGPT. You need to know how to use it properly.
prompts.
And the prompts.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was
100%.
watching a couple of videos about the right things to say.
Yep.
For example, when you ask it a question, depending on what topic it
Yep.
is, you have to say, consult me on this topic, for example.
Yeah.
Saying that one
Yeah.
word, consult, will
Yep.
change the whole answer that
Exactly.
it will give you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Write this email from the point of view of a commercial real estate agent, and they'll write it as if they're
As if they're a
as if
commercial
they-
agent.
it's-
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to tell it what to be.
yes, how to think, how to feel.
think.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's been my best friend. I've been talking to it. Just like,
I can't ever
I
get
don't
on.
even need you anymore, bro. ChatGPT.
That's why he doesn't call me anymore. Fuck, Kev doesn't call me anymore either.
It's crazy, man. So we talked about communication, marketing, right? Why would you pay landing page people? Why would you pay someone to do ads? For us, we work with a lot of creators. We work with a lot of people who shoot content for us. So we have to send out briefs. Okay.
Yeah.
Evolve Media.
It's
Yeah.
exactly. To be honest, I sent it to Evolve. I made it through ChatGPT. I sent the exact inputs I wanted. I was like, here's the script. Here's how I want it structured. Add a short description of each scene, of how you envision each scene. Sent it to them, and he's like, this is incredible. He's like, how did you do this? I'm like, fucking.
Our
imagine.
marketing team
Yeah.
said, "How did you do
Yeah,
this?"
yeah. I'm
Just
like,
take that in.
He's like, this is like word for word. He's like, I know exactly like where your head's at. I'm like, perfect. Like it took me less. I did 3 scripts. 3 briefs, sorry, and it took me under 30 minutes. This would have taken me hours previously.
Wow.
Insane. Yeah, because you have to think. You actually manually have to put brain power behind. Oh yeah, how do I want the scene to look like, or what do I want to say here, or what's my hook? How do I get people to watch the video? You know what I mean?
Dude.
Yeah. See, Allan is the type of person that will benefit from ChatGPT more than. You're probably in the top 1% of people that will know how to use it right off the bat, compared to other people who need to really learn how to use it. So you've got a big head start
it's
because you're in that domain
It's
already,
true.
right?
Is this it?
That's it.
That's it.
What do you do?
There's
Where do
a-
I
there's a
Gotta
chat?
sign in.
Yeah, sign in with your email.
I don't even know where to sign in.
Should be
Me
a
and Justin, worst tech guys ever.
But if you guys get a lot of emails, to be honest, that's the first thing I'd outsource. Like I'd outsource that to someone who can just handle it and tell them, hey, you know what, use these prompts. It's like from the point of view of a commercial real estate agent, what tonality, casual.
Depends on the emails though for us.
Depends on the emails. Yeah,
it's a little. I don't know if I would trust.
Imagine
it
we
to
did that
extent.
with like any of the few deals that
Maybe
that we
a
have
lot.
right now, and like
Yeah.
it just
Maybe a lot. Maybe a lot.
It could
no,
be
like you
risky.
could definitely do
Yeah.
it, but like I just review it for like you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
Exactly.
The way I could see it working for real estate people is if there's an inquiry on a listing,
Right.
like let's
Right.
say you have a public listing
Yep.
and you get an inquiry, hey, can you send me these details, what year was it built and all that stuff, and
Yep.
somehow can you give it the information beforehand,
That would be crazy, yo.
and then it just responds automatically.
That's
or
a $1
something?
billion idea. Hayden, cut that out. I don't want nobody taking that.
I think it's only learned up until 2021. That's the problem with it. So
Okay.
so it may pull information from like the listing if it's previously sold. You know what I mean? Which is you know what I mean though? Like
Yeah.
it's a little bit different.
That's crazy though. Still
Yeah.
up until 20. When did it start?
It's learned up until 2021, but it's only came to light I think in January 2023.
Can you set up an automatic reply for emails though, like
Yep.
if
Oh,
we want to send
auto-
the pro forma, the breakdown of the property, and some general answers. If someone
That would
sends
be
you an email,
crazy.
is there an automatic reply to that email? Just kind of Like when you
I don't know if you like. So what he's saying is like, let's say I'm a buyer. I
Okay.
email him. I say, hey, I need to know
Want more
question
information.
X, Y, and Z.
Yep.
Would my email be able to read what that person is asking, and then it just sends out the information because I've already plugged it in once from a Google Drive, let's say, or something. Just, it knows, okay,
You
go
could
here.
use
That'd be fucking crazy.
yeah, that would be
there-
that would
There's
save you
no
so much
way.
time.
Yeah, but
There-
fuck me, that's nuts.
it may mess you though. Like there's always automation. Like there's always some sort of fuck up. But you could receive an email if they use these keywords, then send this email. So it's like it's called Zapier. So it's just like if I receive an email saying, "Hey, I'd like more information on 123 Allen Street." Zapier will read that, pick it up, read it, and then send an email back saying, "Hey, this is the information. Here's a link to the whatever
Yeah.
the listing." You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, but if they're like, "Hey, you know what? I was thanks so much for sending over the information on 123 Allen Street, blah 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 blah." But because you said 123 Allen Street, it'll send that same email again. Like it
I
may
see.
like not fire the way you want it. You know what I mean? It's the only downside.
But
Well-
there is a software for that.
Yeah, there's software. Yeah.
Zapier.
Zapier. Yeah, it just connects everything.
Well, we'll make a better software. I was talking to you. Let's be a
Yeah.
SaaS guys.
Yeah.
I want to be a
Yeah.
SaaS guy.
SaaS. That's where the money is. Oh my god, it's tough to win, but it's crazy. The multiples are insane.
You've got the world as your market. Essentially.
Pretty much. And B2B SaaS is incredible. Business owners are always looking for ways to save time, save money.
Yeah.
Have you noticed
faster.
that we're coming to a time where there's tons of things coming up for sale? Like, what's the generation of the people who are 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds?
Boomers?
Yeah, boomers.
Boomers?
Yeah.
Boomers,
The
but
boomers are all selling. I find, I walk into a restaurant after dinner. We're walking out. I see the guy. He's in his 50s. I said, "How much do you want to bet this guy would sell the restaurant?" I talk to him. Like, "Would you ever consider selling at the right price?" He's like, "Yeah, I would." So I just find so many of the boomers right now are selling,
Trying
even
to
if they
sell.
owned
Yeah.
SaaS or software
Yeah.
or whatever it is. Some of the softwares we use, they want to sell.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about them later.
yeah. You're so funny, man. He'll like be like, yeah, I got my dentist for Evolve, or he'll be like, yeah, I was talking to my doctor after he gave Leo a shot, and like, I think that he wants to buy a building. Like you
I
talk
love
to
it.
everybody.
I love it.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
Yeah,
Anyone-
just chat.
Yeah, you have to.
yeah.
It's good.
You're in the
you
right
know.
business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know if I noticed it as much. I mean, it doesn't surprise me though. Like, we're in arguably at the beginning or middle of a economic downturn. Like,
Yeah.
people are just tired, man. Like, it doesn't surprise me. It takes a lot more. It takes 2-3 times the amount of effort to get the exact same results. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
They want to sell. I mean, people want to retire. Once
Yeah.
they hit their 50s, 60s, they're like, "That's it, we're done."
Yeah.
So I'm finding there's so many opportunities of people selling shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just what do they want to sell it for? You know, that's our biggest issue. Like,
Yeah. Some of them
Yeah.
are dreamers.
yeah.
yeah.
Some of them really want to retire, or move to move somewhere where there's sunshine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't blame them. I don't
Yeah,
blame
this
'em.
place sucks.
Sunshine State.
It's been warm the last few days though. That's good.
Yeah.
Tried to take my dog out for a walk this morning. He
Slipped
just went
and slided.
right down the driveway. I'm like, God damn it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's nuts. I was gonna ask you about like Porter Media. Like, what made you want to even start that? What were you doing before? Because I only met you when you first started it.
Yeah, yeah. I've had an interesting, I guess, I don't know. I've lived a few lives, I think.
How old are you?
Yeah, 31.
That's sick.
Big
Yeah.
bachelor party this year.
Yeah, big bachelor party. Yeah.
Got a few. Fuck. I'm kind of nervous.
No, I don't know. Honestly, man, like just going all the way back, like, to be honest, my dad died when I was young. I dropped out of school, hung out with some interesting fellows, learned a lot about things that you would learn outside of school, which is great. How
Yeah.
to deal with people, how to talk with people, how to deal with stressful situations, so like intangible skills. But then I was like, fuck, I don't want to be a loser anymore. Went back to school, studied finance, wanted to be a stock trader. I like risk. Like I want to make money. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not here to mess around. Realized very quickly. I took finance in school. I got my GED. Sorry, took finance in school. Graduated, and then went to TD. Worked for TD for a little bit as like a financial advisor or something like that. It bored me to like tears. Like honest to God, if you want a reason to buy Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, work at a bank. Like it's terrible. It's the Oh my God, and I know you guys deal with a lot of lenders, so I feel bad. But
No, man, trust me. I'll tell you after about what fucking we're going through with a lender.
honestly, man, it takes me 3 minutes to send $10,000 worth of Bitcoin to someone. I have to physically go to the bank to sign a piece of paper that they have to print to verify that it's like absolute. Honestly, man, it hurts me inside to go to
It's
like.
just so outdated.
It's just so outdated, and I can't. They won't allow me to increase my wire transfers over a specific threshold
Us
for whatever
too.
reason. I'm just like, how does anyone do business? Like genuinely, like how does anyone do anything? Like,
Yeah. And I always forget, man. Like I'll email our bookkeeper, be like, "Hey, I need you to send 15,000 from this account to this account," and then she'll reply, "Hey, I can only do up to $3,000." I'm like, "Okay, well now I have to take 30 minutes of my day, go to this bank." Yeah, fuck, it's insane.
Go to the physical bank
Here,
to do
to
this.
there.
It's like I can't believe we
Sign
still have
this, do
It's
that.
insane, bro. It's
They're
insane.
dated, they're dated. These guys need to catch up.
Oh, but anyways, I worked there for a bit and I was bored to tears. I just tried to apply for anything. I wanted to make money online. Found a startup as a media buyer. So essentially that means you're running ads. You're creating ads, writing copy, creating ad accounts, doing essentially what I'm doing now, but for working for someone else. They went under and then freelanced, and Jason was one of my first clients, which is sick. Yeah, he took a big chance on me.
Nice.
And just cruise. Now we're a team of 8
Yep.
doing
You got a
7
sick
figures.
office too.
Yeah.
Dope
it's fun.
office.
yeah, it's by chance, but
You know what I noticed with like most people, like successful people, is they've all had some sort of like dicey past. Or, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they've done
it's true.
something
It's true.
in the past that like they've been entrepreneurial, I guess is what I'm trying to say, right? Just
Exactly.
maybe not in some of the things that most of the people I know
Exactly.
do or have done.
Exactly.
But like, yeah.
Exactly. And I used to be like shy and like don't want to talk about it. Now I'm just like, you know what, I don't really care. Like everyone fucking has their background. The people who I remember going to school, I'm like, fuck, I want to be like Tom, who's like an accountant. He's doing something with his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going into entrepreneurship, you're like, I want nothing to be like Tom. I want
dude.
Yeah, in fact, I want to be. I will hire Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you know what?
Dude, I agree, man. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy, like the mindset you
I remember in
go
high
through.
school, man, like I always like wanted like to be successful, do
Yeah.
more, but like my vision of success back then, because like you can't really fathom it, right? Like you're in high school, you're a kid, like you see this stuff, but you're like, okay, whatever. Like, you know what? Maybe I'd be happy just working fucking 80 grand a year and, 9 to 5, chill with my family on the weekends. And then like you get to an age, you're like, that sucks. Like, what can you do? Like a vacation a year, go to
know.
fucking Disneyland, and then
I
like that's it.
I know.
Dude,
And for some
I don't
people,
know.
it's great. Like some people,
Yeah, I'm not talking shit. If it makes you happy, for sure.
100%,
Like, I want you to be happy.
100%. I think the thing cool with entrepreneurship is like how far can you go? Like that's like how far can you push it? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
It's
how
pressure.
It's pressure, but it's like sick pressure because like you can just like it's really on you. Like it's if you don't want to work,
Yeah.
the business is probably going to go south. If you do want to put in the work, you're probably
You
gonna
get
see
what you
some
put into
success. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. For entrepreneurs, one of the main traits that you need to have is being able to take pressure.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, we were talking about this the other day, like just being able to take pressure, and then also, like, the way that you and I can have conversations, and you and I can have conversations. Because you were talking to me about this yesterday, like some people don't think like us,
No.
and like it almost seems condescending, but it's like I'm not trying to be that way. I forget that like maybe you don't have that mindset, so I seem like a dickhead.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Not that you have to filter out depending who you're speaking to, but
No.
the conversations are a lot different. It's easier to like if you're around other entrepreneurs, it's very easy to like jump right into it. You know what I mean, how's your business doing? How was Q1? How was Q2? How's the lead flow? You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
can talk with everyone has lead flow. Everyone like it's sick.
You didn't even say hi to me downstairs. You said, "How's business?" I was like, "Yeah, it's fucking great."
It's sick. Like it's just so sick. Everyone's speaking the same language, even if it's different industries. Like
Yeah. Well, because it motivates you, right? Like
Yeah.
you do a certain revenue in January, and I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck me.
yeah.
I want to double that in February.
Yes.
Like, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's that's why it's cool to be around like-minded people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's motivational, inspirational,
100%.
and the pressure is not fun sometimes. You know, it's
No,
like
it's
you're
not,
taking a
dude.
lot of heat.
Yep.
So I understand the people that say, you know what, fuck this. I don't want to be in that world.
Yep.
I want to make X amount every month and just live comfortably
Yep.
and with no pressure. and just be happy.
Yeah.
You know?
Which
So
is
I
like,
understand.
yeah.
I
So and
understand.
that's sick.
I
Like,
get it.
that's awesome. You know what I mean?
Where it becomes an issue is when people think you're doing certain things, or they have this certain perception of you because you do the things you want to do that make you happy, right? And then obviously they're happy with where they're at, and that's fine. But like, don't
Yeah.
put that on me.
Yeah.
you
It's
know?
not my fault.
Yeah.
But that's all good though.
Yeah, we were talking. Fuck, who was I talking to? Actually, never mind. I probably shouldn't bring that one up.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. Watch what you say.
Yeah.
That's all good. All good.
Yeah.
What were we gonna say? Shit, what was on the?
Yeah, I lost track completely of what I was gonna say to you guys.
Okay. You know what though? There was one topic, and it plays right into you guys. The number one investment to do in 2023 and arguably maybe 2024, outside of investing in yourself, is buy your primary residence. Like, we are down, if you don't have it, that is, or buy a property whatsoever.
Yeah.
We are down 15% from the high. You know, according to Realtor. I mean, you guys have better information than me, but Realtor.ca, Realtor.com, like, you can see the highs. Like, the average home is 700 and whatever it is. Now
Yeah.
it's about 610, down 15%.
Yeah.
We can only go so much lower. Like, don't be stupid.
Yeah.
Buy, like, I'm aggressively trying to find a home. If there is a home to fucking buy, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, there's no homes on the market. That's also the problem.
Seize
Yeah.
the moment.
It's crazy, man. It's
Seize
crazy.
the
Man,
moment.
like, there's so much doom and gloom in the media, and like people talk about it all the time. Media this,
Yeah.
media. But like, for us, like, we were really like, Jack and I are used to doing a certain amount of deals a month.
Yep.
And this, like, in July-ish until about
Kinda
October,
spooky.
we were just like, no, we were dead, and I was like, we were freaking out, and I'm like, maybe I'm burnt out, and I just not doing
When the
anything,
rates
and like.
really went up.
Yeah.
Yeah, when rates
Yep.
really went up.
Yep.
And then what we realized is like, okay, in October, we got so fucking busy. It was insane. And like, it hasn't stopped. And like,
Good.
we're doing $11 million buildings, and there's multiple
Good.
offers on them, people going
Good.
in unconditional, and like,
Yep.
fucking, it's crazy. So when you look at it, I think there's a huge difference. Like, in commercial real estate, it's a little bit of it hits hard and fast because interest rates change, and
Yep.
investors say, hey, let me take a step back,
Yep.
see what the market does over the next couple months, and then I'll readjust my investing strategy based on this.
Yep.
Whereas residential buyers, they just want homes, right? So they're like, hey, I'll buy, and then they're like, wait, I can't afford that anymore. I was able to go up to 600, now I'm getting fucking 395.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's yeah.
It's crazy though. Like, it's like the perfect storm, particularly on the residential side. Like, down 15%, rates are high, supply is a little bit low, but you can feel the demand. Like, you can see like homes are not sitting as long, or at least like premium homes.
Yeah.
Again, from my little knowledge on Realtor.ca.
No, you're right though. Like,
You
they
know what
are,
I mean?
but they're
Yeah.
staying. You know, because back when things were crazy, the house would be on the market a day, 2 days, it's gone.
Yep.
Now it's like you see 30 days, 60 days, 90 days.
Yep.
You know, like it's a lot longer of a
Yep.
process now.
Yep.
And I think that's a lot of people are getting weeded out, right?
Yep.
They're like, holy fuck,
Yep.
I went and bought this, and this, and
Yeah,
now I'm
you-
not making money.
You've got guys with strategies. They go and check out the properties that have been sitting for 60 to 90 days and just start shooting offers out.
Just
Yeah.
like
100K below asking price.
just to see.
get lucky.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Hey, you know,
Yeah.
it works.
You've got to shoot your shot
Yeah.
with real estate too to see if
Yeah.
you can get that price.
Well, you never know what someone is. You know, it sucks if they're in a bad situation,
Yep.
but like, if I can bail you out and I get a good price, like, it's a
Exactly.
win-win in my eyes.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. No, I think now is the time. Honestly, if you don't own a primary home, or if you're trying to buy a second income property for residential, like, we can only go so much lower. And if we
Yeah.
do go lower, like, if we do go 25, 30%, like, the world's going to zero. Like,
Yeah.
like
Game
it's-
over.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a good scene.
Yeah. Who was I talking to about like resident? I think it might have been Arthur or something, but we were just talking about. Fuck! I lost my train of thought again. Yeah, I'm so sick right
That's
now.
all good. That's all good.
No, but we were talking about like residential, and some of his clients couldn't find shit, and these guys are getting approved up to like 300K now, and I'm like, can a house even go back down to fucking 300K? Like
In Quebec, it can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, have you had wild swings?
In Quebec.
Really?
Quebec, it's just cheaper here than it is.
But you pay tax on houses out here, right? Like, isn't there a tax on top?
No,
Really?
no.
Goes to show how much I
It's
know.
just like land transfer tax in Ontario. Same style.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Maybe I'll fucking move out here.
I mean, back to Alan's point. Whoever is looking to buy, seize the moment now before prices go back up.
Don't be silly. Yeah, like you don't wait for like how much worse can it get? You know what I mean? And I hopefully I don't eat my words, but
it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, rock bottom. I think the only way it could get worse is if an all-out world war breaks out.
Yeah, which is possible.
Which is happening.
Yeah.
Man,
but because we're talking about markets, because this is kind of newish to me, but we talk about companies and buying companies, investing in companies all the time. Like we've had a few meetings. Like, how's that market right now and raising capital for like seed rounds and
software?
Maybe not software, but just in general, like some of the stuff you've invested in or have been pitched, right?
Yeah. So product-based businesses, number one, I would never. The probability, I can't imagine a time where I'd recommend to invest in a product-based business. It's just way too many variables to win.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's funny. I'm bucking with you.
It's just like the world has to align somehow. Like it's I don't know. It's a little bit chaotic. Software though, SaaS, the valuations have come down pretty significantly. The last one that fortunately I invested in. I think they're raising like 2-3 million or something like that, like a $20 million valuation. So 10x.
Is that the one you introduced me to the guy?
Yeah.
Oh, you ended up doing it?
I did. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So like I like it. It's in my space. It's in commerce.
It looks sick.
But like a 10x valuation pre-revenue, like it's
pre-revenue.
So it's like they have a product, but like, oh man, I don't know. But I think the valuations are coming down pretty significantly, but it wouldn't surprise me. People are still sitting on a lot of cash. Like venture capitalists are still sitting on a lot of cash.
Yeah.
Investors, everyone's waiting for the recession. Everyone's waiting. Like if everyone's waiting for it, it's probably not going to happen. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. Everyone was like Q1, Q2 of 2023, the world's going to end. I'm like, we're still so fucking busy, and interest rates were like, I haven't checked today, but yesterday it was sub 4%.
There's so many more people with money compared to, let's say, 50 years ago. Like,
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's a population thing.
Yeah. Even before the pandemic, like from now in comparison to like, unfortunately the wealth divide has gotten bigger and bigger, but those who did really well in the pandemic and are still holding on to cash. I mean, still have cash available. Those who didn't do so well, and like, unfortunately, like you can see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's crazy. People still have cash to spend. You know what I mean?
A lot of money out there.
Yeah.
A lot of YouTubers.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of
internet money.
Wi-Fi money. Wi-Fi money.
Those crypto guys though, they took a big hit.
They got smoked.
Yeah, they got smoked.
Yeah, maybe the banks are onto something actually. Maybe they are doing the right thing.
Yeah. I had a buddy who put like a real significant amount of money. I'll tell you about it after.
Yeah.
And like I'm talking, we're down like fucking 80%.
Shit.
Like.
Yeah, my personal crypto investments are down 50%.
50%.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I just
at least 50%.
Yeah.
I moved all my crypto into like stake.com and I was playing blackjack with it. I had a sick return and then I had one bad day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yikes.
That's all right. It's a drop in the bucket in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah,
That's the way I make
live
myself
and
feel
learn.
better about it.
Just gamble it all away.
Yeah.
Salazar.
Just, yeah.
Nah. But
Makes
live and learn.
sense.
Live and learn.
What do you think about the crypto stuff? Like, you think it's gonna shoot back up and like there's people that are like Bitcoin's going to 100 grand. Like,
I think so.
yeah,
I think so.
so I should buy.
This is not financial advice. But yes.
This is not financial advice.
Yeah, I think crypto. I mean, what Bitcoin hit 16K, probably double. So probably hit 32 if I had to take a guess this year. Does it stay there? Who knows? Better probably touch it.
And, these 50% returns don't get me excited anymore.
I know. It's crazy, eh? It's
Yeah.
like it's a joke, but it's true. It's like I look at something, I'm like, 10%, 20%. What the fuck? Like I can easily get that. You know what I mean?
Even with real estate investments, we're hitting 150% returns.
Yeah, but like we're like strategic with how we find those. Like it's, but you're right though. It's fucking insane.
50%
That's why
is not exciting.
I know.
people are like, they send you something, even you get 100% return, like you get all your money back, and then some. You're like, oh, that's a good deal. Like I'll consider it. Whereas like most people, they're like, are you fucking nuts? That's a great deal.
You know what it is? I think it's if you had 100 million, you know what I mean?
That's what I was just gonna say. It's that amount too.
Yes,
it's that amount.
Relative. Yeah.
Like we're not putting 100 mil doubling that. That would be great.
That'd be fucking fantastic.
Yeah. But if you're doubling like 300, 400, 500K.
That's
You know, it's
It's
not
still
as
good,
exciting.
but like
it's
yeah.
great. But I mean, we're 150%.
Yeah.
These guys talk about 10 times.
yeah, 10 times. That's crazy. But software sells at a crazy multiple, anyways. Like, the overhead on it is pretty insignificant. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
paying for a lot for people, training, updating the software, having new features. But it's not like products. It's just like once it's built, you try to improve it. You know what I mean? But the base is already there. It's a little bit different.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
It's sick.
It's interesting too that like we're just talking about that, like just these 50% returns don't excite you, or 100% returns, because you get one and you're like,
know.
oh, shit like this is possible.
I know.
Like,
You're like, oh, I can do it again.
like when you talk to me about your thing that
Yeah.
you did, I'm like, I don't even want to do real estate anymore. I'm like, fuck, man.
I got lucky.
We've got to jump through so many hoops to get a deal done. First of all, you need to find the deal. Second of all, you need to negotiate the deal. Then you need to get an inspection done, and financing, environmental. Justin, what else? Like, there's a whole bunch of hoops
Lawyers.
to jump through. Lawyers.
And just people's emotions and fucking egos and so many variables, bro. Like, I was going to tell you better after, but we'll go over
It's
this.
a mission. It's an absolute mission to get deals.
So,
done.
like, for example, we have a really good deal that we're
Okay.
selling right now, $11.5 million.
Okay.
And the seller is holding back $2 million of financing
Okay.
at interest-only
Okay.
payments. So the deal works, everything is good. Well, the way the bank is underwriting it is they're going a 6.5% interest rate, even though it's not. And in our paperwork, it says
What percentage?
what percentage
Yeah,
it is, and
yeah.
it's interest-only payments for this term.
Right.
Well, they're underwriting it at 6.5% blended payments, so principal plus interest, and they're only amortizing it for 25 years
for the vendor take back.
for the vendor take back. So it just kills the the deal
deal.
completely.
Wow.
And I called them like, why are you doing this? They're like, well, like, I don't know. I was like, what do you mean you don't know? I was like, it's your fucking job to know.
Wow.
Like, he's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, let me get that answer for you. Like, just it's shit like that, right?
Oh
Like, there's
my God.
so
They're
many
ruining the deal.
variables.
They're ruining the deal with something that's not actually happening.
Yeah.
They're charging around 3% for the vendor take back,
Right.
but the bank is saying, no, we're gonna assume it's 6.5%.
And,
So
and it's
they're
not
killing
like these
what-
are
why-
Joe Schmoes either. Like, these are, like, the seller is a massive company.
Right.
And the buyers are, so there's three of them.
Billionaires,
So,
essentially.
yeah,
Right.
billionaires. And it's like, so these guys said, okay, well, whatever your hypothetical shortfall is, we'll just put that amount of money into a GIC with your bank, and we just won't touch it for the term of the vendor take back. So we just eliminate your risk, essentially. And the bank's like, yeah, we don't want to, like, we can't do that. We're like, why? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know, man? It's like, yeah, so there's just so many things that can go wrong. You're dealing with so many people. If one person doesn't know what they're doing, and it's like your job too, right?
Yeah.
Like, if one person is just uninformed, maybe it's not even like a malicious act. It's just like, hey, I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Or it's like a dated policy, or someone's
Yeah.
trying to, I don't know, who knows.
Yeah.
So I guess a question for you guys, with all this AI and software and all that stuff, is real estate ever going to be fully automated?
I think it could be in residential, and I know you were about to say something, so.
No, yeah, I agree with you. Residential could be automated with all the 3D showings and seeing the property, and then the auction bidding on the property.
Okay, so
online.
second question. Are we long or short unreserved? It's a spicy question. It's a spicy question.
I like their system, the
Okay,
software, like
okay.
where you can go and bid on it.
Yeah.
But the auction process I don't like too much. But
Okay.
their software, if you will,
Yeah,
could be used.
could be used. Okay.
Well, I
Streamline the
saw,
process.
yeah, they posted something on Instagram yesterday about like
Okay.
a new unreserved launching in 7 days. So like next week they're going to announce, I don't know what it is. I could probably find out, but
Yeah.
like,
If these
I
guys
don't know.
were smart, they would use what they have and the software they have and eliminate the auction process. Or we just do that ourselves and wipe them out.
right.
no, but like, I think the idea is there. You know what I mean? And in
Yeah.
a seller's market, it works for sure because you have no
Right.
marketing,
Could
you
be
don't have to do
bidding.
anything.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if it like actually, yeah, I guess it is kind of in residential. Like, I sold a residential house a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't, like I don't do
Yeah.
that. We
Yeah,
just
yeah.
took it because the client called and she's like, "Hey, I only want to
You
deal
know,
with you."
yep.
Okay, whatever. So, like, there's a level of outreach I think that needs to happen, right? Because like,
Right.
I'm persistent. Like anybody that showed that property, which there was like 4.
Yeah.
So I emailed them all like every week. Hey, seller's motivated. Like, are you interested? Are you interested? Are you interested? Until you generate something. Whereas if you're just
Right.
gonna auction it, and put it up there, people are gonna see it, and then you don't have someone on your ass
Right.
to make you think.
That's a really good point. So touching on that point, to sell real estate, the auction or the streamlining of the sale process would be more possible of happening if it's a seller's market.
Okay.
So if it's a buyer's market, you need agents to push deals and make it happen. So
Right.
if you can put together a software to streamline the process, I still
both.
believe
Almost like a drip
agents are-
campaign. That's
Yeah.
all we're doing.
Yeah.
Agents are still needed to close a deal.
Yeah.
Negotiate a deal and essentially get it closed.
So okay, so the stock market on average is in a bull market. I think it averages 9 years. Okay. Flipping that to real estate, what on average, what are we typically in, like a seller's market or a buyer's market?
Right now, we're definitely buyers in residential.
Right.
In commercial, I don't even know if there's really like
A
buyer
seller's
and seller's market in commercial because it's so deal dependent and
Right.
what that is bringing in and what kind of financing and who the buyer is. You know what I mean? Like, we have guys that say, hey, we just want to buy brand new build, concrete construction, high rise. And we don't care if
Yeah.
it's a 4% cap rate, like a return on our money, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Then we have guys who are like, hey, I'll buy this at a negative because I'm buying it 50 cents on the dollar and I know I'm
Right.
going to get it to this
Right.
valuation. So, like,
And those guys will buy anytime.
Those guys buy
Yeah.
anytime.
Anytime.
but you also have like Sam, right? He'll fucking, as long as it's a good location, even if he's bleeding a little bit, he's a long-term
it.
buyer.
Yeah.
Right? So people are like, oh, like, you've lost so much money and your property went down. It's like,
He doesn't.
hypothetically though, because he's not going to sell it. So is he really taking a loss?
Right.
Like, maybe to his net worth, sure,
Right.
but like,
But he doesn't. He probably doesn't care at that point. Like,
no,
it's-
he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
one bit.
Some guys just want to keep conquering land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
It's been happening for a long time, right? They just want to keep conquering.
Yeah.
Which is
Don't
fair.
stop.
It's a different game.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like, it's just
Tangible,
that mindset.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the mindset. It's like, maybe these guys are like, they're ticking because I want more than you, or I want this building here.
Yeah.
So anytime they're on Elgin or anytime they're on Bronson or
Yeah.
Laurier, whatever, they're like, I own that.
Right.
Like, that's
slept-
always cool to me when I drive by something, like, I own that, or I sold
yeah.
that.
I
Like,
slept with my first girlfriend in her apartment. Justin, type an offer.
yeah. We've actually done stuff like that.
Oh
This
my
building.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like that specific,
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
Or classic cars, you see those older guys
Yeah.
like, this is where I first took Martha in the back seat.
yeah.
Put an offer on it.
Put an offer on it. Are we car dealers now?
We're car dealers. We're Alfa Romeo dealers.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We got 17 Alfa Romeos in the building. It's hilarious.
So what's going to happen in the real estate market over the next 12 to 24 months?
Fuck, man.
Listen, man, I think
I need one prediction. You need to stick with it. Yeah.
Prediction in the next 12 months
12 months.
in real estate.
Ottawa real estate.
you know what?
Will it get worse than it currently is?
I don't think so.
That's the real question. It's pretty bad now.
I think by the end of the year, things will chill out a little bit. I don't think it'll get as crazy as it was.
Yep.
But like, I think it'll stabilize and people are gonna be like, okay, it's normal, right? Like, I remember when my buddy, he bought 4 townhomes in Orleans, and he paid $450 for them in that Kaivan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you're fucking crazy. No one's ever gonna pay you $450 for a fucking townhome. Like, that's nuts to me. And then, like, 2 years later, I buy a townhome for $585. Didn't even blink.
Yep.
You know, so it's like, I think it'll probably chill out, and these are just the new normals.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then who knows? Maybe 5 years, we're like, holy shit, 700. No one will pay you 700 for a townhome.
Yeah, the real question is also how long is it going to stay like this for before
Right.
it becomes a real seller's market again?
Right.
So that's what I'm not sure, because when the market crashed in '08, it lingered for a very long time.
Right.
It took what, almost 10 years?
I don't fucking know.
10 years for it to get back into a
Yeah.
seller's market. So will it take that long this time? I don't think so. All the indicators are showing that it's going to be a faster recovery.
Yeah.
But
I think times
I'm
have
not sure.
changed too, though. I think there's like a lot more money out there, like just in general, that people are willing to spend, right?
And Ottawa is a different market entirely. Like Ottawa, you look at Toronto, you get these wild swings. Like I'm
Yeah.
reading these people bought like 500K over the ask, or their homes are down 500K or whatever it may be. But Ottawa, like you have stability in the government, right?
Yep.
I don't, outside of Shopify, I'm sure there's companies that lay people off, like massive layoffs. I mean, but I can't, none that have made news that I'm aware of. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like it's pretty stable. Unemployment is still low. Like
Yep.
it's I don't know. We'll see.
we're in a good city.
Yeah, we are.
We're in
We are.
good shape.
Toronto's a different beast, I think.
Yeah, for sure. like here too, I think people are generally a little bit more conservative with
Yeah.
their money too, whereas out there it's more like flashy and this, and, you know, there's for sure more money in Toronto, but
Yeah.
just in general, the lifestyle, like when we go out for dinners, it's like there's like a fucking rotation of 10 places that we're all
I
like,
know.
hey man, let's go here. And in the winter, it's like I'm not leaving in fucking
Max
minus
10.
40.
It's
Yeah,
true.
Max 10 places in Ottawa.
It's true. It's true.
You know, it's like Toronto. I'll walk down the street. I'm like, I want to go there. I want to go there. I want to go there.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's so true.
Yeah, it's crazy how like 4 hours, even 2 hours, like Montreal, bro, to like here, like just how different it is.
I know.
I guess.
I know.
We're lucky to be 2 hours away from Montreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends how you look at it. We're lucky that we're not constantly there, but we're also lucky that we're so close to be constantly there. You know.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Yeah. Anything else you want to touch on?
Yeah, man. We've got a lot of questions for Allan.
Do we?
For sure.
Gunslinging them.
He's a hard guy to get a hold of, so I mean, I hope
He just
you
doesn't
have
answer your
list
calls,
here.
bro.
Just start-
He just doesn't answer your calls. I'll pick up the phone.
Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Questions.
ChatGPT, how do you find Allan Porter?
Oh
How
my
to
gosh.
find? Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of any. My brain's also
all
fucking
good.
fried.
Well, realistically, in your company right now, Porter Media,
Yep.
are you equipped to take on, let's say you get a massive wave of people who want to work with you and they're all top-notch clients? Would you have the capacity to take them on right now?
It depends. Not like a massive wave. We'd have to be more selective.
Okay.
I'm hoping that process I outlined earlier is going to speed up the training component of it, so we can hire faster. And the standards are being higher, but
Yeah.
I mean, if a massive wave of individuals want to work with us, it gives us an opportunity to A, charge appropriately, and B, service the ones that we think we can help the most. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And those we can't, we'll try to refer out to people who may have capacity.
What's the next hire for you for like growth? Like,
Paid search media buyer, meaning that someone who runs ads on Google, YouTube, Google Shopping, that is number one.
yeah,
And then an account manager after that, someone who can get me out of the day-to-day weeds. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
actually, I want to touch on something that you just said because
Okay.
I had this conversation. So like, I have a business coach,
Yep.
same guy that Jason has,
Yep.
and every month we do a one-on-one. And I was talking to him yesterday. I'm like, man, like, I feel like I'm fucking like I'm bored and I'm not doing shit because like we've replaced a lot of the day-to-day activities that we have to do, right? So like lead gen and prospecting or like, you know, we have so many deals, but these deals don't take, you know, 12 hours each deal, right?
Yep.
Like I maybe send an email, then I have to wait. Get on a call, then I have to wait.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So I'm like I just fucking like I know I should be doing shit and like prospecting and I do, but like what else do I do, man? Like because we usually take Tuesdays and we do like a full prospecting day. Like we
Right.
don't set meetings. We just
Yep.
say, hey, we're gonna do this, this, this,
Yep.
this. So he's like, man, you guys are in such a good position. He's like, now you have the luxury of thinking long term. And I didn't think of it that way before. Just sitting there twiddling my thumbs, like
If I'm in your shoes, and we touched on this earlier, like I don't own a marketing agency. I own a training company.
yeah,
Right. So it's like that's the headspace I'm trying to get in, where it's like, how can I get everything out of my head onto a piece of paper that anyone I can hire comes in and does and do the exact standard that I would do it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I would do the exact same thing if I'm in your shoes. Your goal is to obviously sell real estate, but build your team, right? I
Yeah.
think you guys make money, residual money off
Yeah.
your teammates, right? So I would just try to recruit as many people as well. Number one, get everything out of your head onto a training platform, and then
Yeah.
number two, show them. Like I try to work with people and show them the training platform. Be like, there's no other training like this. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Scalability.
That's it. That's it.
So I'm gonna put it in our calendar. Coaching next Friday,
Yeah.
12 to 3.
Scale. We've got to do it on a week.
I know.
We
We'll
can't
do
do
it
it
tomorrow.
during the week. It's just too crazy,
Yeah.
man.
And you ask your team, what would you want to learn, or what are some issues you're dealing with right now? What would you want to learn more about? You know what I mean? So don't think about it yourself. Ask your team, like what
Yep.
what are you struggling with right now?
Yeah.
What issues are you running into? What would you want to learn more about? I think
Yeah,
it's my phone.
yeah,
That's
that's
all good.
I was fucking panicking. Yeah,
Um,
we do ask them that too, and like it has been helpful
And
because
just
it gives
write-
you direction, right?
Exactly. You just create a repository and then like use that. It's like, okay, great. So some things are like nuanced. So you create a decision tree. It's like if this happens, here's one option. Here's another option. Here's another option. Here's another option. here's how I would handle option one. Here's how it, and you can't tell them exactly how to think, or you can't tell them like what to do, but you can give them like a framework as about how to think, or
Yeah.
how you can
Like a
associate.
ballpark area, like, hey,
Exactly.
here's a general situation, 1, 2,
Exactly.
3. Here's generally what we do in this situation.
Exactly. And give like different scenarios. I mean, if this person's doing this, this is how I would respond. If this is happening, this is how I would respond. You know what I mean? So instead of like one answer, give multiple. But
Do you have? Yeah, go ahead.
No,
No,
go.
no, you go, motherfucker.
I was gonna say, if you're doing this at scale, you've got, let's say, 10 people who have questions for you.
Mhm.
Do you tell them to call you, email you? Like, how do you, what's the process to kind of break it down?
So we have if they put it in Slack, we used to have a software that I can just automatically input it into our program, and then it's like an FAQ. I just go through it and answer the questions and ping them when it's done.
Right.
Now it's not very efficient, but now like any questions asked, like, okay, great, I'll create a Loom, send it, create a training,
Okay.
send it to them. That's
Okay.
the best way to do it. Or if they ask a question, be like, have you checked our training process? If they have, okay, and it's not there, the answer's not there, then I'll answer. If they haven't, then don't ask me. Like, go to the training.
That makes so much sense. I never thought about applying that kind of process to real estate,
Mm-hmm.
but all our softwares do it. You can't even call software companies anymore.
Yeah.
Most of them want you to just do everything yourself online.
Yep.
You type in a question, it will send you a video of how to do it.
Exactly.
I
Because
love that.
it just saves time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It cuts the small talk
100%.
and gets right into it.
100%,
Yeah.
especially frequently asked questions. But no, that's what I would do. Honestly, I would just take every question that comes up, have a process for it, create a Loom, someone transcribe it, put it
Yep.
into ChatGPT, put it into your process. That's it. You know what I mean?
You're such a systems guy, man.
I am not a
That's
systems
insane.
guy. I am trying to be, but I am not. I am not.
Well, you figured it out.
Yeah.
You figured it out for sure.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But-
Freaking systems.
Yeah, systems are a big thing. We're lucky we finally got like some systems in place. Not lucky, like we worked to
Yeah,
figure it out.
just-
But
You gotta
Yeah.
put the pieces to the puzzle.
yeah, you're a good systems guy.
I try to be.
It's tough though.
Yeah. Well, it's implementing them that's tough.
Yeah.
Because like there's so many variables when you implement them, right?
Mhm.
Like in your head, it sounds so easy.
Yep.
Just hey, send this to the assistant. The assistant uploads this and does this.
Yep.
But then it's like, well, there's a fuck up here. Jack knows all about the paperwork fuck ups.
I hate paperwork.
Yeah.
Can't stand it.
It sounds so silly, but like just the fact that there's paper in any like work is like, it's so like for me, I'm just like, oh man, it's recently I'm trying to adjust bookkeepers here, and they're like, we need you to print this and sign this. I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't even have a fucking printer.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the fuck needs to print and sign this and then take a picture and send it back? I'm like, I'm fucking putting it to DocuSign, I'm signing it
Yeah.
here, and it's like, figure it out. Like, it's so stupid. Like, come on.
Arthur bought me a printer for Christmas.
Oh,
He's like, stop fucking calling me.
fucking hurts me. Like,
I need to buy a printer too.
You want it?
Oh.
I actually need one.
We'll bring
It's
it to the office.
so
I'll bring it
annoying.
to the office. There you go.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Community
So we
printer.
can stop using the other people's printer.
Yeah, we like email Kevin's assistant because she's at the front. Hey, Alicia, can you print this? She's like, "Ah."
it's fucking painful.
You're right though. Like, there's so many old school like just bullshit things that you have to deal with on a day to
Oh,
day.
man.
Especially in like our industry where it's so, like, I don't know. It's like it's an old school fucking game. I guess.
It
I don't
is.
know.
It is very much like, but you know, it's evolving, and like people are trying to disrupt
For
it.
sure.
Like it's evolving. I think real estate's interesting. You'll never not need a place to live.
100%.
This whole like virtual world or whatever fuck Meta is building. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
like that's all great and all, but like I think they're trying to honestly distract people because there isn't the separation between like how to say this, the separation between like those who are go-getters versus those who are just kind of like living day by day is becoming bigger and bigger, right?
It's massive, dude.
Massive. But this whole virtual reality shit, people buying land in virtual places,
Yeah.
it's like, to me, how do you, well, you're going to need a house to and get your electricity, to buy a headset for your PlayStation to go in this virtual reality. So I'd rather own the house. You still have to pay the fucking bills. Like, it's like,
and-
it doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense to me either because it's like you can't here hypothetically one day you can run out of land. We'll be fucking
Yes.
long dead. But
Yes.
like if I go to buy something besides Snoop Dogg in like the metaverse, can't they just enter a piece of code and be like expand the land.
Correct. And like,
Like-
how is that even a convert? It's honestly just sounds like a distraction. It's like, if everyone's focused on this, great, because in reality, you still need electricity, you still need a home, you still need food, you still need all that stuff. So
Yeah.
you go play your video games, and I will own your property that you rent from me to you play your video
Yeah.
game. You know what I mean? Like, it's so silly to me. I just don't understand it. But I don't know. Maybe I'm behind.
But it might eventually work if there's enough traffic. It's just user based. If there's enough eyeballs on these properties and there's an ecosystem in there, then you're gonna start getting people who want to advertise on there.
Sorry, let me preface it. I actually think it's going to work. I think it's
Okay.
stupid as fuck. But
Yeah.
I think it's going to work, and it'll give me another opportunity to advertise. If people are going to spend their time there versus physically being in person,
Yes.
all the power
Well,
to you.
why do you think it's gonna work? Because like for me, I think like you said, there's
Yeah.
a gap between what's happening right
Yeah.
now between the let's say 1% and the
Yeah.
average people.
Yeah.
So I think for me, why I think it's gonna work is these guys can be someone completely different in that game, like kind of
You can
escape
be whoever
reality.
you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
Exactly. I just think like there's too much hype. There's too much money going behind it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fully developed yet. It reminds you just like real life, like Sims or like video games. Like video games are a massive industry. I can see this
Huge.
being,
Yeah.
I can see this being a big industry. Will I participate? Maybe in some capacity. Will I advertise? Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah, I
fucking
will.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely, I will.
Well, think about that. If there's a metaverse where I'm not limited to Canada or I'm not limited to the U.S.
It's
and
amazing.
I put a 200-unit building with a crazy return advertised in the metaverse, and someone from fucking, I don't know, France sees it, like that's crazy. Like that's a crazy marketing play.
I watched something, and they were talking about this metaverse. And
This
how,
metaverse
and
thing.
how people can start going on date nights in it. So the example they gave was, imagine you're sitting, you and your wife, you've gone to all the restaurants in your village of Ottawa, for example. You're like, let's try out something in Paris. You put on your VR set, and you go experience something in Paris, because they're rebuilding the exact same metaverse as reality, right? So
Yeah.
it gives you access to that area in Paris. You go to a restaurant there, or not a restaurant. That's not a good example.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, how do you
the
taste
fuck
it?
you gonna
You can't
eat?
eat
Yeah.
VR, but if you're going to I don't know, watch
Like a
movie,
museum or something.
arcades or a museum, whatever it is, just walk on the streets.
Yeah.
You know what? You may have just come up with a really good business idea. So what they do is
Hayden, cut that out.
you go into your I need to ask: is there one metaverse? Or is there multiple metaverses? That's the first question.
There's multiple.
There's multiple.
There's
Okay,
multiple.
so you can have multiple. Okay. The second one is you have a metaverse restaurant in Paris. Okay, what they do is you sign up, you pay $50 to go here. You put on your VR headsets, you go sit down, you see exactly what you would see in Paris. A company ships you the food that they would cook
I was
you.
just thinking
Oh,
about
A company
that.
would, yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
so you experience it, you taste it just like that. You know what I mean? So now you're selling an experience. It's that now that could work.
That's cool.
That could work.
I'm
You know what I
trying
mean?
to think about how do you eat with the VR set.
I've no idea. Well, maybe I don't know. It's like maybe it's like a VR plate with a VR like a
You can just put on the headset and then cut. Like I don't think it's that difficult. Like if you're like,
Or when you are eating, it
Table.
goes on your TV. It goes
Yeah.
onto your TV. You could take the goggles off and eat, and you feel
True.
like you're there. Or
True.
something like that.
fuck,
Interesting.
we're geniuses.
well,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you see that thing with Mark Zuckerberg and
Yeah, the
Alex
fighting.
Volkanovski,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the UFC fighter? So they did like VR fighting. So like they put on a headset, gloves, and whatever, and like they go into the metaverse and they can train.
No way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've never tried a real VR.
Neither
set,
have I.
You know,
Neither have I.
especially for games. Like I feel like it would be awesome.
I feel like the graphics aren't like there yet though. Like I don't.
This is kind of funny. Maybe I don't know. We'll see if Hayden wants to cut it out or not. I don't know. But like when my parents first moved into their house in 2018, we started this thing where all my friends, their girlfriends, like everybody would come over. We called it Friendsmas, like it's a pretty
Yeah.
standard thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
anyway, I had like fucking 50 people in my parents' basement, and we did an exchange gift thing, and
Yeah.
someone got like a VR headset that like you just put your phone in, and like you plug it in and you put it on, and there's headsets and whatever. It's like fucking $50. First thing the guys do, porn. I'm like, yo, man, we're literally at my fucking parents' house. There's people everywhere. You guys are fucking crazy.
Guys walking around with a boner. It's like,
Yeah.
don't mind me, guys.
He's like, this is sick.
You know what? That's another business. I bet that explodes in
For sure, dude.
I bet that explodes. Absolutely explodes.
Yeah.
All the
Fuck your
fucking-
favorite porn star from the comfort of your own home.
Insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's weird. How the hell would that work?
I personally think that is a little weird too, but I don't know.
You know what? If you're selling an experience, they'll give you a device to whatever play with yourself, and
Yeah, we got way off.
Yeah,
That's good though.
things are changing.
everyone's gonna steal our ideas though. So fuck everyone else.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
came up with some pretty good ideas here.
Yeah, I'm gonna get what is it? Intellectual property.
Yeah, IP.
Call a lawyer right now.
Alan could be a lawyer. Give him 10 minutes.
Your ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. Sick.
Anyways, boys.
All right. Yeah, I think
Well, I
we're
appreciate
good.
it, guys. I appreciate it. Fucking
Cool.
All right,
Good
sick,
work.
sick
I was sick. I
podcast,
appreciate
guys.
you.
Have a good
Hit-
one.